Hello, welcome back for another episode of Modern Dating WTF, where we're talking about everything crazy about dating today's age. So, if you haven't noticed, my co host is not here. He should be showing up any second now. So, when he does, one of the things that we're going to want to talk to you about today is a red flag versus an it. So, until he gets here, my name is Rosanna, and I am the owner of Be Visionary, where I do singles events across PA, New Jersey, and Delaware, helping singles meet in real life and hopefully build an amazing connection. And then my co-host is the owner of Midtown Social in Berwyn, Pennsylvania, where he too is all about bringing people together to have a good time. Oh, and speaking of the devil, so nice of you to join us, Michael. How are
Ciao.
you? Yeah. Well, nice of you to show up. Yeah. We had a date at 8 o'clock tonight.
Oh,
With
dear.
all of our followers.
Hello, followers. Did you miss me, ladies?
So let's talk about the red flags versus X, and the fact that there is a difference between the two, right? So what are the differences? The differences are a red flag is something that indicates that this person could potentially not be the right person for you in the future, versus an ick, which is something that somebody may do or have or whatever the case may be that you just aren't fond of.
You
Right?
smell that?
Yeah, like the smoke on you. Yeah. So for me,
That's why I have that sensitivity voice.
I would say smoking is neither.
This is
Right?
the reason why I have a
Yeah.
podcast voice. All right.
Mhm.
Good
You do
morning,
have a
ladies.
podcast voice, yes. Yeah.
All right.
And it's funny because I smoked. I smoked for 26 years.
Did you?
I did.
I can hear it from you wheezing.
Get out of here. And I quit
Well,
15 years ago.
by the way, so yeah, smoking might smell, but the whole vaping thing and the popcorn one, I don't know if it's a better option.
I know. You're right. Yeah, they do say that vaping is actually tough.
And all you haters always ask me for a cigarette when you're drunk.
Anyway, so let's talk about red flags and icks. So for me, I would say an ick is somebody that's late. I don't like people that don't know how to show up on time. Yeah. Do you know anything about that, Mike?
It does show that they don't care.
Yeah, like they disrespect your time. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, some of us are busy.
So how about you? What do you have as an ick? I'm curious to hear what the men's icks are.
Men's icks versus my icks. So like there's all kinds of different
Okay,
like,
so let's start with your ick. Like give me an ick. Give me an ick. Like you went out with a girl and she did X and
this is gonna go really bad.
red flag tattoos. That's a good one.
I'm okay with a few tattoos. Like I used to really like the tramp stamp and all that.
Mhm.
I even like a tasteful sleeve or something, but like it can't be like dragons and wizards all over you. You know what I mean? Like I some piercings are great. Like I would say an ick is too much. Like when you go overboard, like when you clearly have psychological issues by the amount of metal in your skin.
Okay. All right. So depending on the type of
No
tattoo,
offense to people that do that.
the
God bless you.
number of tattoos.
Everybody has
could be
their
an
thing,
ick.
right? That's just a personal thing for me.
Got it.
But I wasn't even going to get into that as much as, like, this is going to go really bad. So, overbearing women.
Oh.
I mean, mainly because I'm more of a traditional person, like where I want to open the door for you, things like that, and kind of like be the man of the relationship. So, like, an ick for me is when the woman tries to be the man of the relationship.
So can we talk about that a little bit, right? Okay. So what is constituted as overbearing? So hear me out, right? So chivalry is not dead in my world.
Right.
I'm very traditional. Open the door for me, pull the chair out for me, all that fun stuff, right?
Yeah.
I love all that stuff. However, I am a very strong woman, right? Like an alpha female. Okay. I could be considered an alpha female, which probably does come across as being overbearing from time to time. So help me understand what you constitute as overbearing.
Well, it's kind of not fair, right? Because like nobody wants so you don't want someone that like never knows what they want, right? And then you don't want someone to always tell you what to do, right? So
Right.
it's kind of like
That happy medium,
right,
which is hard to find.
right. But then there's the way the world is now with all this stuff online and whatever, be strong woman, whatever. That you're like, whoa, take it back there, Tyson. Like just saying hello. Or it's not about how much you're better. You make more money than me, or I make more
Right.
money than you, or whatever. Like
Yeah.
just take it down a couple notches, and
Yeah.
there is a percentage of that in the dating world that makes it very difficult. There is that push, right? But I mean, I think we're starting to go back the other way a little bit, where you can't just always be knocking men down.
Hopefully we're moving that way.
Right.
Hopefully.
Because men are frustrated.
Men are frustrated.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. And then honestly,
Gotta be
they're like
eyes and blue eyes.
Right.
Right.
They really are. It's
Yeah.
a shame.
Well, there has been a push, even politically and whatever, with like the feminization of America, right? Mm-hmm. Like that they don't want men to be as tough. And like, I would tell you on a brighter note, on Friday night we had a sorority formal. We had 3 football players from another college that were our security guards. Those kids, the school they go to has got a little bad rap for some things that happened or whatever. Those kids were the nicest gentlemen I have ever met. Like literally the girls were walking down those steps that everybody falls down. They literally put their hand out to help them come down. They were not being like creepy or whatever. Like they were just being gentlemen and being nice. So I think there is hope, right?
Did you learn something from them?
No, I think it's funny. I think it's funny when they fall down the stairs, but I mean that's just my opinion. No, I don't think it's
Mike laughed for all the guys who were trying to hook them up.
No. You know what? They weren't even hitting on them. They were like, honestly, they didn't even know what to say. And like these girls were looking at them like, they were like 6-foot guys. They got, hell of a future ahead of them with college at the end. I wasn't looking at the bodies, but I mean, like, I'm sure.
Please, men notice attraction.
But these kids for 17 and 18 and 19 years old look like they were 28. I mean, they were jacked.
They can't be in college at 17.
Well, 18. No, the one kid, one kid was 17.
Really?
18, yeah.
Okay. So anyway, all right. So back to red flag versus ick.
Right.
So
if you show up late for the date.
Now, that's a good question. Is overbearing a red flag or is that an ick?
A little bit of both.
Yeah.
Yeah, because why are you overbearing? What happened?
Yeah.
I can speak from experience. I dated someone that was overbearing, who actually I really liked for some reason. Because every once in a while, people that are busy and have that life want someone to kind of take control of their lives a little bit, which is nice, but it's not sustainable, right? It's like, oh, we're going here, we're going there, we're going this. But then all of a sudden you lose any control in the relationship, and then it becomes a big fight and you're done. But where was I going with that? So anyway, is
it a red flag or is it an ick?
It is a red flag because her control was because of damage from her childhood.
Oh, okay. So being overbearing, and you know what? I can appreciate that.
Or with other men.
I can appreciate. They do say that people who go through a traumatic event when they're younger that they were unable to control, do tend to want to have control over everything else in their lives, right? Because that's something they can control.
And so, can I give you another ick though? Yeah. Because our DoorDash guy just came.
That's a red flag.
When someone's hungry and you literally cannot have a conversation with them until they eat.
Am I that person?
And then the DoorDash guy has to come in the middle of the show.
Am I that person?
Yeah, poor guy.
Really? So anyway, okay. All right, so that's a really good one. That's a really good one.
Waitresses, yes.
That's kind of like one that like kind of straddles across red flag and an ick. So I appreciate that. That's a good one.
And I mean, I think there are some social media icks that are not right. Right. So, it's like when you get that like hot influencer or whatever on there, it's like when the guy calls me the next day, it's an ick and whatever. That's ridiculous, and don't listen to that stuff.
Yeah, I agree.
Like there's certain
things. Likes you, if a girl likes you, if somebody likes you,
yeah,
they're going to show interest, and it doesn't matter if it's an hour later, 24 hours later or 3 days later. Either way, they're going to like you and they're going to want you to know
I mean,
that they like you.
I mean, if you're on a date and the guy's like, I watch all of Andrew Tate's videos, red flag or
I
green
have to
flag?
tell you, I don't know Andrew Tate. I mean, I've seen maybe a couple of his. I've heard that he is like a woman eater or something.
No, it's not about that, right? Like, you know, he's like the alpha male, whatever. Like you're basically he's preying on people's weaknesses to be stronger. I don't know necessarily. I don't have a problem with him in general. I think it's the whole motivational influencer trend that is kind of damaging to people,
I
right?
agree.
I think it's giving information to people that are looking for reasons
Yeah.
to or ways to improve their life, but it's not always the right message. So I'm not picking on Andrew or what I like. You know,
It's funny. Let's go back to forget Andrew, right?
but I'm just
Let's
saying
go
like the
back
red flag of like, you know, they're acting like somebody they're not, right? Because of the internet. Let's
So
put
we
it
go
that way.
back to, somebody shows interest, right? These days, when somebody shows interest and shows interest too soon, people are like running for the hills. Love bombing, it's this and that. Oh, I
Christ.
really care for him, whatever. I care for her, whatever. Let me tell you something. My ex-husband and I, and this is pre-cell phones, this is pre-love bombing, pre all that bullshit, right? We met and literally got engaged a month later and got married 8 months later. Now, was it stupid? Yes. But was the love real? Absolutely.
Did
The
you
love
get half
was
the
real.
house?
The love was real.
Wait a minute. Was it stupid for him or stupid for her? Hold on a second.
If we lived in this day and age, we would have missed out on an amazing marriage. Granted, it only lasted for 6 years, but neither here nor there. We would have lost out on a great relationship, on a great marriage, and that experience and that learning experience. If we lived in this day and age and would have ran for the hills because we would have said that one of us was love bombing.
Well, yes. So the whole love bombing thing, until you've actually met a narcissist or sociopath, like a real one, not like
So how do you?
you don't.
I
That's the
can't.
problem.
Right? How do you decipher that? And that's why everybody's running for the hills because they don't know.
Well, I think one of the problems, and I've even seen it like with my own TikTok, right? So like the algorithms, when you get into a relationship and like it starts pushing all of that stuff towards you. The fortune tellers, the this, the that one. It is really confusing. I was in a fight with my girlfriend last week, and it wasn't like a big deal fight. We just were having some differences or whatever, and literally the algorithm picked up on it. And I can't tell you how many fortune tellers, relationship advice, whatever. I mean, those phones are freaking listening. They're reading your text message, and it's brainwashing you. So the only
You know what that tells you? Get off the freaking phone.
we're on a social media podcast. It's what we do. That's how we do our research.
So I'm sorry, but I don't look to TikTok for research.
Not just well, then you're missing out. I'm sorry. There's.
I'm not a TikTok.
I don't look at it for that, but I mean, like, there's a ton of data, whether it's bars or restaurants or nightlife, like the 30-something club in England, right? There where people are having parties that start at 4 o'clock in the afternoon and end at 10 o'clock for the 30 and up crowd. Great trend. They have it in New York. Like that's where you can figure out what kind of trends, clothing trends, these trends. But you don't necessarily need relationship advice from some OnlyFans girl or guy or whatever, or some guy that like literally pretends to fly around on a plane and have millions of dollars or whatever. Like, and in the meantime, we're giving relationship advice, right? Like it's
I think we're kind of just talking about the things that unfortunately are reality in modern dating today,
Yes.
right? So I think there's a lot of us out there that are trying to navigate this world and figure out what is a red flag, what is an ick, what is a green flag.
well, you can have your own.
At what
icks.
point do you say, "Oh my God, I need to run for the hills," and at what point do you say, "I need to hang in there"? And
Well, I mean, like I don't like people that are overly impressed with the way they look, but they're not necessarily impressed. They're covering everything every day, like hours of makeup and hours at the gym and hours of whatever.
Okay, so
like
that's
you
it
can.
for you.
It's an ick for me. Yes, like
for you,
yes,
but for you.
right.
So there are other men out there who love that, who love that arm candy, who love the,
You can be arm candy and still be.
I agree. You could be naturally beautiful.
Right. And you can still go to the gym for an hour a day, and you can still wear some makeup and whatever, but it doesn't have to be a $10,000 budget every month.
But that's not a red flag. That's an ick.
It's a little bit of both. It's also insecurity.
You keep traveling with you.
It's that it because it's a little bit of both. It's also somewhat insecurity.
I don't know about that. I think in some cases, yes.
Right.
And I also
It can
think in
be.
some cases you just have like women out there who just appreciate makeup, just like artists.
What I'm saying is like
Artists love tattoos.
Yes.
They love that, like, tattoos. I mean, I'm tattoo artists.
Right.
Love art, right? So I think, you have makeup artists out there, you have people that are in the cosmetology industry who just like makeup.
and I'm not knocking all that.
Right.
It's like going too far, right? Like it's like the meathead versus the guy that just works out a little, looks nice, right? Like the guy that's like just his neck is like this big, like some girls like, right?
Everything in
Right. So I'm just saying taking things
I mean,
to
I'm the wrong person to talk about makeup. Like I don't wear.
I'm the wrong person talking about going to the gym, so that doesn't really matter.
Okay. So with that said, right, we're talking about.
Although the beach is that way, ladies. No, I'm just kidding. What?
So how about
Girl summer,
Taylor?
speaking of the beach.
Taylor.
Oh.
Yeah.
Girl summer's on this year, my favorite time of year.
Can't wait. Gotta start working on my
Wait
tan.
Have a girlfriend.
Anybody? Oh.
That's all right. I can watch. I'm just not allowed to shop at the store.
This is true, and you can't get caught looking.
Oh, yeah. It's like artwork.
Really.
These girls spend a lot of time putting on all that makeup. It's artwork.
I gotta tell you. Wait, I gotta tell you. So I have been rewatching. I mean, I watched a lot of episodes when it first ran.
What, the island show?
No, Sex in the City.
Oh.
So I decided that now I'm going to watch every episode, right? Like as it was aired. And number one, I have to say I am quite surprised in a lot of things that they dealt with back then that we still deal with today. Of course, it's magnitude by 50 million, or it's multiplied by 50 million because of the whole internet aspect of things. But they didn't have internet back then, right? So they deal with a lot of things that we deal with today.
There was internet back in 2000.
No, they were in the 90s.
Was it really that long ago?
Yeah, it was 90s. They didn't even have cell phones.
When was
they didn't even have cell phones.
Yeah, when was Friends?
Friends was 90s too. I know we're old. Okay, so anyway.
Jennifer Aniston.
So,
a lot of shit.
you know what yes, she is. So, you know what I came to the conclusion of?
Hmm?
Are you ready? This is so funny. I started off
Do tell.
as Charlotte. So, do you know the characters?
Yes.
Okay. So, I started off as Charlotte, right? Naive, innocent girl.
And now you're.
Yeah. I worked my way to Miranda. Okay, so Miranda is a professional and she, goes out and she has her
Little
dates and her
stiff, but
whatever,
secretly just a.
right. I then went into Samantha. I had my Samantha phase. Right? Oh,
We'll have to talk about this off the show.
I have my Samantha phase. And then I now made my way to Carrie, and I'm a Carrie. I would think.
Karen?
Carrie.
Oh, Carrie.
Carrie.
Ah.
Bradshaw?
Ah,
Carrie.
wait, the one that burnt down the school? Remember the fire movie with the Carrie?
Oh, yes, exactly. Names same name, different person.
Okay.
Yes. But yeah, now I'm Carrie Bradshaw. And I realized that
Are you going to start writing books?
I'm not the only woman who has gone through every one of those characters at some point in life.
Which I think is okay.
I think so too.
I think there's so on social media when I do my research, there's a big push on body count.
Oh yeah, a little.
So when you talk about your phases
Yeah.
and relationships, right? There's a big push on, and I think it might be
We'll talk about that on the show.
it might be an unfair shot at women on the number of bodies compared to men, right? But it is still somewhat something that hangs on. Like if you want to marry somebody, you don't want to know that they slept with 300 people. Or
Yeah, I mean either way, man or
Right,
woman.
right.
Yeah. Which, by the way, we forgot to introduce our audience.
Speaking of body
tonight.
count.
Hi. What's up, audience? How you doing?
What's your body count?
Oh.
What's your body count? Oh, we're not asking you.
You never ask a woman her body count.
Why not?
No, you never ask a woman.
How many hearts did you break in high school? How many hearts did you break in high school? 0. Okay. You probably broke his heart. How many hearts did you break in high school? None? All right.
How many hearts did you break?
I had my heart broken 3 times.
I had my heart broken twice.
Yeah.
Oh, I lied. Once, and then I broke hearts after that.
Wait, once or twice?
Once, and then I broke hearts after that. Yeah.
I would just like to say hello, Renee and Jen. I got my own bar, my own show. Got some kids and all that stuff. Must be boring. Second divorce, third divorce, whatever.
Jimmy.
Couldn't get it right from high school now.
OMG. Anyway. All right. So you know what? Let's ask the audience.
Okay.
Drew, what is a red flag for you that you run away from a woman? Oh, that's a good one. Okay, so wait a minute. That's an ick, though. Is that an ick or is that a red flag? Like, why would that be a red flag? Okay, so it's an ick. Really good ick. All right. Oh, yeah. Can you hold on?
That'll be good.
No, you're fine.
Oh, okay. All right.
So smoking is a red flag.
Yep, it's a red flag for you.
Right.
So is that like an indicator for something else?
No, I just don't like.
I would just like to point out that smoking sometimes comes along with oral fixation.
All right, moving on.
Saying things with your hands. That's why they give you like the fake cigarette when you're trying to quit. So
Just like Laura. Moving on. All right, so Drew does not like smoking, so that's an ick for you. Like, no way, not doing it. All right,
Right.
Laura, do you have a red flag?
Oh, I have quite a few.
Okay, what's a red flag?
If they have too many drinks on the first date,
Oh, that's a good
can't
one.
control their liquor.
Yeah, so you know what? For me, the worst, this happened more when I was younger, not so much now. A man who drinks too much and then wants to fight with you when it comes time for you to try to take his keys away so he doesn't drive. There is nothing worse than dealing with an immature child who has alcohol in him, who doesn't understand that, no, you're not driving.
that's because no matter how much we drink, women are still bad drivers.
Oh, that is.
No, listen, as a bar owner, it is annoying as all hell. And thank God people Uber nowadays because it is so much less of an issue. But the older generation, it is really tough to get the keys out of their hand.
Mhm.
Like it's
The older
very
ones, yeah. It's almost like a pride thing.
well. No,
like,
we didn't
no.
have Uber, and you sure as hell weren't getting in a cab to come from the city out to here back.
Oh,
then.
you're right.
I mean, there was
You're
one taxi driver, and he was high on weed anyway.
But men literally take it like an ego thing. Like if they have to have somebody drive them, then their pride is hurt, their ego's hurt. I don't know why. It's
Nah,
an ego.
I don't know if it's about that. Like everybody kind of fight. I'm fine. I'm
That's
fine.
what I'm sure.
I'm fine.
All right, Bob, how about you? What about a red flag?
I was going to go with smoking, but I think you made a good counterpoint for that.
Yes, it is.
My man, somebody agrees with me.
No,
He said I made a good.
Yeah.
He said I made a good counterpoint to the smoking.
Your fixation.
Yep. Oh. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen.
Oh,
I think the women are outnumbered tonight.
Mhm.
That's kind of unfair there.
Thank you. All right, how about an ick?
Listen, we all know that when you're drunk, you ask us for cigarettes. So I mean, like, stop it, ladies. Let's like.
Not
Yeah,
me.
that is-
If I
Oh,
smoked a
okay.
cigarette again, I'd probably be right back at it. Yeah,
mean,
Laura, what do you have for Nick?
hygiene. If
So,
your nails are like bit back or something, like
or long.
or long, or
Oh,
if your nails
yeah.
are not clean underneath, like
Another, but when I see a dude with long scrubby nails, like I understand if you work on cars or whatever, but those things don't gotta look like you were chewing on them and
But
been through
I
it.
kind of see that as a red flag because if they don't know how to take care of themselves, then how are they taking care of their home and you? Like if you end up in a relationship with them, how are they taking care of you? They can't even take care of
Well,
themselves.
it's like a parenting issue. Like my mom and grandparents used to always tell me, make sure you have clean underwear in case you have to go to the hospital.
I
You
remember
know?
that. Yeah, I remember that.
Now, by the way, we were stuck with tighty whities. Those things were the worst.
Tell me.
Tighty whities are the worst underwear.
Wait.
It's a curse to give that to a kid, by the way, when you're in high school and
We had that so embedded in our heads about, if we went to the hospital, make sure this, that, and the other.
Yeah.
I had a friend tell me that she very suddenly had to go to the hospital because she was in labor. And
Yeah.
she realized that she had to go in the hospital. And she made her boyfriend, husband, whatever at the time, stop off at home to shave her legs first before she went.
Oh my God, my dad really dying a couple months ago in the house, and my mom's like, "Hold on, I got to get my purse and fix my hair." I'm like, "Holy shit!" My grandmother used to sleep at night with her hair done like this. The one time I come over, she's like, "I'm like, how is she?" She's like, "No, that's how she sleeps." She would sleep like that in case she died while she was sleeping, so she'd have everything done, her hair, her makeup, and everything, so they could
Are
just
you
carry her.
kidding me?
Italian grandmothers, man, I swear to God.
Hysterical.
Swear to God, she would
My
go
grandmother used to
over.
do
She would
that.
have pillows around her. Listen, when she pillows around her and everything, and sleep like this. I swear, I'm like,
hysterical.
what in God's name? Yeah, it's
Maybe I need to take a page out of her book.
yeah.
Okay. I don't know. I think it is a red flag. More than it is.
Well, I think it's both.
And my grandmother told me that her
Like,
ex, she went on a date once, and he had dirty shoes, and she never went out with him again.
I had a guy.
They went to
I
the
think I
movies
mentioned it
back in the
before.
50s, and he had dirty shoes, and she ran home to her parents and said, "Mom and Daddy had dirty
There's a
shoes."
lot of people like that. But I had a guy who wore his wallet in his front pocket on a date one night.
Did it have a chain on it?
No,
No.
he just wore, and it was like a bulge in the front pocket. And I was like, yeah, no,
I'm
that's
sure it was a
ick.
wallet, or
I
he
didn't
just
know it
happened to
was
see
ick
it.
back then because I didn't even know what ick was back then, but that was an ick for me back
Was
then.
he happy to see it?
There was a little bit of that too, but now this is over. It was over, yeah. All right, so Bob, do you have an ick?
What can I say and what can't I say?
You can say whatever you want.
Whatever you want.
A gal I was dating wanted me to go down on her while she was having her period.
Oh,
Oh. Okay, Bob.
I mean, it's
yeah.
it's an understandable ick.
So basically, for those of you that didn't hear, he was talking about having red wings, and a woman that he was dating wanted him to gain his red wings, and yeah,
I'm just kind of in agreement with him on the topic, but I'm yeah, that's what I'm saying.
disgusting. And I don't know if that's an ick or if that's a freaking red flag or both. I would say that.
Well, I mean, at the end of the day, you don't want to knock people that have fetishes for things and whatever. I mean, certain people are into certain things. God bless. I mean, there are some much worse sexual things out there that we're not even gonna. Yeah, I would just say.
So you don't have your wings? Smart man. Thank God.
Look, as adventuresome and as I sound on the show, I go to church on Sundays. No, I'm just kidding. But
Yeah, I was gonna say, which church?
I mean, I'm still fairly traditional and a lot of.
I actually went to church for the first time a couple
mean,
weeks ago.
I mean, the freaks come out at night, but I mean, like, you don't have to.
I went to church for the first time. And honestly, it was Catholic church, and
Yeah.
I kind of forgot a few of the things. Like, you know.
I mean, if you're not supposed to walk up and get communion if you haven't been there in 10 years, I walk up and get it anyway. Yeah.
Oh, I
would-
did.
You know what? I would like you to take a recorder
And I didn't
to
go to
confession.
first. Yeah, I didn't go to
At a minimum, I want to know how many Hail Marys and our Father things. So you probably missed the next show.
I gotta
You would miss the next show, ladies and
I
gentlemen.
gotta say, you know what? We should do that sometime. We should have a list of everything that you could potentially go to confession for and check off. I'll tell you this. I went to a church
Could
one
you
time with my
even
cousin.
tell a priest everything?
No,
Neither could I.
no.
No.
Sorry, mom and dad, but no.
Right.
No.
So are we destined to burn in hell?
Yeah, I kind of conceded to that a long time ago.
I don't know what to do with this topic. How many? Wait.
That's a good question
Yeah.
for our
How
listeners.
many of our audience here could
Right.
tell the priest everything?
Everything that they have ever done. How many?
You're a liar. You're probably not a liar. You definitely not.
Okay. How about back here?
I'm just kidding.
Definitely not. Cora,
What was the question?
would
You would tell the priest that you wanted to kill your ex. That's fine.
Question and tell the priest everything that you've ever done.
You just touched my hand. I have a girlfriend. Stop it.
Absolutely not, because I don't go to church, number one. So
Well, if you had to go to church, if
no.
hell were raining down upon us, if hell were raining down upon us, and there was proof that God is real, you wouldn't run your ass over there and start saying, "God, I'm sorry," whatever, just in case you don't end up in the fire.
Some pretty solid proof that
I mean, we're on a marble flying through space at 9,000 miles an hour.
The question is,
Once the
no,
would you feel comfortable going and telling a priest every single thing that you've done in life?
no, I wouldn't even tell a therapist that.
The therapist be like, "Hey, what's up?" Hey, well, you know what? Speaking of religion and dating, I met a girl at work when I was doing real estate, and picked her up for a date. And the first thing her mother said when I picked her up was, "How much money do you make?" And I was like, "This is odd." Okay, whatever. And at the time, I was actually doing very well, but they were part of this pyramid insurance company thing that I'm not going to call out the name of. So anyway, then we're supposed to be on a date, and we end up at a dinner with 20 born again Christians.
Oh.
They were trying to convert me by dating me. It was the weirdest experience I've ever. It was like
Interesting.
the whole dinner was like everyone in the room was focused on me and trying to save my soul.
So was it
At 25, there sure was no saving my soul, ladies and gentlemen. So, I don't know who this Emma girl is, but she keeps stalking me online. Anyway, so then we had the Saturday club, and everybody's dancing, you know, like this, and you're not allowed to have the hands on the. So then the whole car ride home was her trying to convert me to born again Christians, right? So one of my icks would be people trying to convert me to their beliefs and religious. It was the most angering date I've ever. I actually broke my I actually broke my cell phone on the steering wheel when she got out of the car and drove back. I was furious. Like, apparently I'm gonna burn in hell, but her mother's asking me how much money I make to be able to date her daughter. Like, it was the hypocrisy was mind-boggling.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Thanks for sharing.
You're welcome. Yeah.
So that is an ick or a red flag?
Both.
Okay. In
Yeah.
your book, it's both.
Yeah, my book is both.
Can we go back to Bob now and ask him?
All right.
Bob, no.
Bye.
Tell us.
Authenticity is the key to interviews, so yes, I would say.
Oh,
Okay. With this little-
authenticity is the key to. Write that down, people.
Authenticity is the key to inner peace.
Bob, we're gonna have you on the show a
True.
couple more times. Yeah.
We're screwed.
Well, I don't know about that. I'm so authentic that people don't like me.
Do you not understand what he's trying to say?
Yes.
What that means
I've
is
been drinking,
you
and I
need
was
to
late.
be authentic, meaning you need to disclose everything to the priest so that you
Oh.
can find that inner peace. Yes, by being honest and authentic with yourself and with God and with the priest, which means we are never finding inner peace. We're screwed.
Well, we're not going to get into religion, but I think that everybody has their connection with God, however they believe. Like,
Agreed. Yeah.
she doesn't believe in God that much, but you know, she talks to somebody, whether it's Mother Earth, this, that, whatever.
Right.
You have to show your appreciation. for what
Agreed.
you did.
Or cat. You know,
God,
whatever.
God never said build churches, donate money, and do all that stuff. So, I mean, I don't think, not sure, I'm not 100% sure that talking to the priest changes your relationship with God as long as you're talking to whoever. Have some morals.
Yeah, we're
maybe
not gonna
maybe
talk
start
about
off with like the 10 Commandments. Like, stick with those, and you should be okay. Somewhere in there.
Yeah. I haven't killed anybody.
I haven't slept with my neighbor's wives. That's part of the 10 Commandments. Yes, I have not.
Well, that you know of.
No, I don't. No married women ever.
Ever. Okay. Wait. I thought you had told us that you had learned about somebody being married.
Yes, but I didn't know that
Right.
there's a difference.
Okay.
Yes.
So,
They-
I don't know.
That's
No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
So there is a trend now where people aren't getting divorced, but they're agreeing to date other people, and they're still living together, and they're still raising their kids together, and that is
Ethical, non-monogamy.
something to watch out for and to avoid. By the way, yeah, it is not a good experience in any way, shape, or form. No matter how much they tell you that, oh, he's cool with it or she's all right with it. There's going to come a point in that relationship where it is not all right, whether the kids get involved, and it is not okay. So just avoid yourself that heartbreak, by the way, because you can definitely get sold on that kind of relationship where, you know, oh, it's just about the kids, we don't, whatever. And then 6 months down the road, you're left
I don't disagree.
in the dust.
I don't disagree. I actually did it once. I met somebody online who was in an open relationship, and
What's up, Kev? How you doing, bud?
Same here, and you're not alone. Okay, Kev, that's good to know. We're not alone.
Kevin's awesome.
So I met someone. I decided to give it a chance.
Yeah.
I thought, all right, well, you know, let's see where this takes me, right? If he is able to text all day, every day, and this, that, and the other, then, you know, more than likely he's being legit.
Yeah.
So let me just see. And sure shit, it was honest. Like, she had a boyfriend of like years, and he had just broken up with his girlfriend of years, but yet they were still married.
Yeah, but their
And
home drama comes into your relationship.
Hold on. So wait, hold on. So I went out with him a couple times, but it just wasn't for me. I just couldn't get past it, and I couldn't do it. But fast forward, I remained friends with him. Fast forward, eventually they got divorced because it's just not sustainable.
Yeah, but you're like the crutch.
No,
So-
not me.
No, but I'm
Not
saying
me
that when you date somebody like that, like if they are meant to be divorced down the road,
personally.
You're just like the crutch to help that person get over
I
until they
agree.
get divorced.
I completely agree.
And you're involved in God forbid the guy gets
True,
like,
because I'll tell you why.
you're an
because
emotional
she-
crutch.
The one that she was with for years,
Yeah.
they ended up being together. They're together now. So very happy.
That is not the
Very
standard for them.
It is not, but it's neither here nor there. The point is, though,
I mean, what happened to me was she's like, you can sleep over. And he was on the other side when I woke up in the morning. Nah, I'm totally kidding.
coming for the man.
He's like, you're in between two pillows. You know what I'm saying? I was like, no. No, that did not happen. That's
Yeah.
purely for entertainment purposes. But no, it did get weird.
Yeah.
You know, like, and then like their kids are around and he's the dad and they're still married. And you're like, it is just not a.
Has any of our listeners ever experienced E&M yet? And
What the hell is E&M?
ethical non-monogamy.
I don't know this style. Listen, I'm not a doctor.
Okay.
I just play one.
So E&M it's a thing these days where a lot of people are doing it. They're in relationships or marriages.
S&M?
No, E&M,
Oh.
ethical non-monogamy, right? So it's ethical. They both discuss it. The two people who are in the relationship have had the conversation. They are very open about the fact that they're dating other people.
So then would you be dating them, they there? Because they be there all the time?
No, there's a man and there's a woman. Typically, I mean, I don't know if gay people do this too. That's actually a good question. I wonder if gay people practice E&M as well.
I have no comment. I'm speechless on that topic. I don't know how they would.
I don't know how people do it, period. Like
If you care about somebody.
I'm not a jealous person by nature. But if I knew that somebody was touching my person, like the person that I'm in love with, and this is what I tell people all
I
the time.
consider polygamy for a while.
Well, I'll tell you what I tell men all the time.
Yeah.
If your person, your woman, is willing to allow another woman to touch you and be with you, that wouldn't go over very
Get
well.
that the younger one, the young boys,
The older one.
the older
Yeah,
one,
I would never post
and then they can all go shopping together.
Yeah,
And
yeah,
one
yeah.
takes care of the house. This is not really sexual, but like as a family unit to
unit.
take care of it. It's rough out there these days.
Anyway, moving on. So, what was I just saying now?
I don't know, but taxes keep going up.
Oh,
There's two
that's
HBO
true.
shows that I don't consider. One is Hung, where he's like the male prostitute that goes around and like all the corporate ladies. And then the other one was the one about polygamy.
So, tell me,
It's just economical
do
reasons.
you
only.
agree with us?
What?
If a woman allows another woman to touch her man, she's out. She's already emotionally checked out.
Wait, what? If a woman allows another woman, are you on vacation?
No. I mean, like as an open relationship, she allows the man to
Are
get
you-
out there and find.
Are you on vacation, or like is it like one of those things like you're a young fresh couple and you're like, oh, we're gonna go with this person while we're at the bar, or is it like
Married.
by the time you get married, you should already have experienced those things, unless you're married into a swinger lifestyle, and that's not my thing.
So you agree that if a woman is in a marriage and
Before you're
she
married,
agrees
you
to
can do whatever you
allow a
want.
man, she allows her husband to now go out and meet other women, and she's pretty much emotionally checked out.
Well,
Physically checked out.
well, so according to my dishwasher, who's from Latin America,
Oh.
all Latin Americans have a wife. We were talking about this the other day in the kitchen, because all Italians used to have the wife and the girlfriend. The wife gets everything: the house, the car, the kids, the money, the jewels, the diamonds, whatever. And the girlfriend, well, she's just the girlfriend. And the wife doesn't ask me questions
And she
because she
gets
gets everything. It's like Tony Soprano.
Yeah.
And it is 100% a Latin American thing, too.
So it's funny. I used to live in St. Lucia. I don't know if you knew that.
No.
I used to live in St. Lucia for a year
Okay.
and a half. And what I learned is that most guys out there had a backup to their wives.
Yeah.
They all have
In
backup.
Italian, we call it a command. Command.
What's that mean? Backup?
Girlfriend.
Oh, girlfriend.
If you ask the wife, it means putan, but it's a different thing.
Uh-huh.
So, but you know, even but you know, even in the Middle East, right? They have multiple wives, right? The kings have their harems. This has been
Are you
historical.
trying to plead your case
Modern.
right now?
I'm just saying that modern day society has made it not okay.
You're pleading your case on why you should have more than
I'm
one
just saying that
Uh-huh. I get it.
even the lion has its pride.
Especially with your girlfriend listening right now. Mhm.
We have the conversation
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
about having other girlfriends.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
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 I mean, you gotta ask.
And-
It doesn't mean. I mean,
And I'm assuming you got a hell no.
can't blame a guy for asking.
Uh-huh. No, I'm telling you, the guy that I dated, he asked me the same question.
I woke up 2 days later when I asked her.
That was an absolute no.
Who knew a little thing like that could smack so hard? Oh my God. Wow, yeah.
Could what?
Yeah, 100 pounds to smack me in the head. I woke up 2 days later after
That's
asking.
funny. That's very funny. So as you can see, we did not have a guest on tonight. Tonight was just me and Mike hanging out, talking about red flags and icks. Because we realize that it's a big thing these days, right? Like people don't know what is a red flag and what is an ick.
Honestly, I think we've given everybody enough hope with some of the people we've had on the show. I mean, how many horrible stories do we have to have? I mean, my God, the serial killer, the stalker. Listen, we already know it's not so bad for most of us that are out there, but you know, it's we just wanted to have like a talk with people and say, hey, you know, we're let's have some fun tonight, right? I mean, don't worry, we have some more interesting guests on the show.
We will, of course, yes. We just prefer to not have a guest tonight because we felt that it would be a good topic to talk about.
We want to make sure the internet works.
And
Thanks, Comcast, for working with us tonight.
yes, yeah. Sorry about that last time, guys. Really sorry about that. So,
Hurt our
but-
viewership, by the way. You can see that.
I'm sorry.
Our watchers are a little down because of that episode.
Yeah,
We apologize for that technical
Yeah.
difficulty.
it's unfortunate, but
But by the way, you can get your new shirts. So we have amazing quotes from the show. As a short guy, you can get this shirt that says, "We are all the same height lying down." All right. This is great to wear for when you go to the singles events that Rosanna throws. If you don't get those 3-inch heels in your show, make sure you wear this shirt so that you can meet a tall girl. I'm just saying.
So
If you are tall, well, then you have enough problems because you can't even get into doorways and stuff. That's a whole nother problem. There's a whole different weather up there.
be it salty.
The weather's different up there. Yeah, the weather's different up there. Yeah.
So Mike is like 5'8"?
I think 9.
Oh wait, is that with your heels?
No,
or
without
not?
the heels. These are
Oh, okay,
yeah.
so you're 5'9" with the heel.
With-
5'9" is a decent
Listen,
height.
with my personality, I'm 6'5", so choose the
Choose
chose
the
the
bear. Choose the bear.
chose the bear.
What?
Wait, you like bears?
Yeah.
Is that a thing? Wait, women like bears?
Uh,
Are we talking like the hairy guy, like the hairy fat guy? No. That's what a bear is it? Or is that just for gay people? I'm not sure on that one.
I'm not sure.
Huh?
Bears are gay. Yeah.
It is? Okay. That was a girl that said,
Very gay. Yes.
Oh,
I'm confused.
I'm so confused. Okay, so that's just our old age. Just anyway, so we would actually love to. He cracks himself up. He cracks himself up.
Sorry. Oh God! If you can see what's going on the other side, all the men in the back of the room are like.
All right. So, with that said, everyone, we would love to hear from you on topics that you want to hear about. So please do me a favor and email us. Oh, sorry, choose the bear. No, it's an internet meme. Choose either a man or a bear to be stick in the woods with.
Well, you know, we're gonna have to look into that one a little
Oh,
bit.
I know.
All right, now I know what you're talking about. Yeah, sorry. Either way, it was.
The other bear is funny.
Yeah, either way, Steal the Bear was.
All right,
was
so I'm still lost. But that's okay. That's not unusual, so no problem. Anyway, we would love to hear from you. Please email us, message me on what topics you would love for us to talk about, for us to research for you for our next show. If you want to be on the show, please, again, message us, and we would love to have you on the show, whether you are a single with a crazy story, funny story, horrific story, whatever the case may
By the way,
be.
if you have a show, we'll be on your show. We want to like cross promote and things like that as well. We're,
Sure, yeah.
influencer or whatever. We want to start working with people, helping the whole community grow. And I would like to thank. I would like to thank that. So I was noticed when I was out last night for the
You
show.
were?
I was.
Oh, for the show?
Yes.
Really?
Yes.
That's amazing.
Yes. So
I get that a lot, actually.
Yeah?
Yeah, I do. I have people tell me all the time, I watch your show. I love your show. Your co-host is hot. I'm like, blah, blah, blah. Like, yeah. Why aren't
So
you
this was a guy. This was a
dating?
guy, and he was on a date. I don't want to call him out because I don't know how the date went. But he definitely pays attention to what we're doing. We're appreciated.
Yeah.
You're
amazing.
appreciated for your good deeds, of which there are many.
Thank you.
It is not easy getting single people to get out and communicate. And God bless your soul. There's a guy.
And there's a message. We
So
can
many
probably
about
come
it.
on the show for our 1 year anniversary. It's not a bad idea, Taylor. Actually, I love that idea. Yeah, I would love to have you. So we have
Jeff, did you get
more
your hair done?
information about the singles cruise. So we're not doing a singles cruise. So this is
That's a
Thank you,
swingers
Jeff.
cruise, Jeff.
Thank you, Jeff, for bringing that up. So we are OMG. We are actually going to be doing the trip to Jamaica, singles, adults only trip to Jamaica, November 6th to November 10th. So if you want more information on that, please be sure to follow us on Facebook.
November. You're going for my birthday?
Be visionary. Oh, sorry.
Really?
Yeah, why don't you come?
No, I can't. First of all, it's election day, the 4th. My birthday is the 7th. November, we're jamming.
leaving the 6th.
I can't leave in November.
Okay. Sorry to hear
It's
that.
busy season.
I can.
But nothing loosens you up better than a little yaman.
Right. So we're going.
Go.
Yeah. So we're doing Jamaica, November 6th to November 10th. It's going to be for ages 35 to 55. But with that said, if you are outside of those ages and you're willing to come hang with a group of 35 to 55-year-olds, you are more than welcome to.
I mean, I'd be willing to chaperone if I'm 25.
But please understand that no, it's not a swingers cruise, Chastity.
I mean, what about swinging for Chastity?
But please understand that this is meant to be a fun trip, right? So this isn't meant for, sitting on the beach. I mean, if you want to sit on the beach, you can sit on the beach, but please understand that it's going to be a fun
What's the
trip.
movie with Vince Vaughn and they go on the counseling thing? Oh, my God.
What is that called?
Yes. Now it's a party.
Couples vacation.
Oh my God.
Yes.
Yeah. All right. I will. We're doing a couples vacation. We're going to come up with this event for next year.
Okay, for next year.
Yes.
Okay, for
Yes.
just couples.
Well,
So
kind
in
of.
case I can't go.
Well, no. Remember, there's the party island, and then there's the couples retreat.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Find your way to the party.
Yeah. Now it's a party.
Okay, got it. Okay. Anyway,
That's the
so
movie on
for
the.
those who want to join us on the vacation, please make sure to follow Be Visionary and stay tuned for details on that trip because we are going to have an amazing trip in Jamaica. All right, so thank you all very much for joining us tonight.
I'll
had a
still be
blast
doing the
with
show
Lori.
while she's gone.
Hope
So.
you did too. Be sure to check out all the events that we have coming up. And for this week, we had Thursday night in Delaware for the 35 to 55 crowd. And then Friday night, we're going to be here at Midtown Social.
It's about time. Jesus.
Cinco de Mayo party.
Just excuse me to my daughter.
No, we love Midtown Social. Please, whenever you're in the area down in Berwyn, Pennsylvania, stop by to say hi to my
I would
here
just like
at
to point out
Midtown
that you've
Social.
had more people meet and hook up here than you.
I have had a lot of people meet, and there are now a couple here. So I know of 3 specifically, and there may be more that we just don't know about. So
That's because we get you just the right amount of loose.
it's the Love Island of Berwyn of Mainline. No, so please find yourselves here at Midtown Social. If you're in the area on Friday night, come hang out with us. We're also going to have our producer here who's going to be taping for the show. So it's going to be just a super great
We're
night.
actually going to be interviewing people.
We'll be here starting at 8 o'clock.
I will be torturing you, making sure you meet people.
Uh,
Literally putting
yeah.
them together. Like,
Yes,
did you meet
yeah.
this girl? Why don't you try to talk to her?
Yes, Jeff, we are going to be monitoring to ensure that it's equal ratios for Friday.
She always does that.
Yes, but I don't normally do that here
Oh,
because we don't do a singles event typically here. This is going to be specifically singles. So yes, I am monitoring the ratio of men and women. So come out and hang with us.
I would like to point out that group of 40 moms that were here at that one party,
Uh-huh.
they were more than willing to be friends and introduce you to their single friends.
Yeah,
So just because someone isn't necessarily single doesn't mean that you can't talk to them.
I agree. But people who are single
Right.
like to know that everybody in the room is single.
Well, that's why we labeled them.
Right. Well, but they prefer to just be singles.
You don't want them to be labeled.
Yeah, like a cow.
I mean, they could be getting divorced someday.
Anyway, thank you all so much for joining us. We appreciate having you. Just a recommendation for another singles event at Shag. What's Shag?
It's like Chad, but with G's. I would also like to remind you that we have After the Hunt, which is the epic party May 17th. I don't know if this is part of your party, but After the Hunt at Midtown Social has been a historic event for the past 14 years, even when it was 30 Main. We do have other Cinco de Mayo parties coming up for basically all weekend, but there is also an 80s event with a DJ from Pulsations on Saturday.
Oh, that's fun.
So even if you're single, not single, whatever,
Come out on Saturday night.
I mean, basically you can sleep here all weekend, but we do have to kick you out at 2. We'll put you in the back alley until you can come back in the morning. So
Awesome.
Chicken or the egg?
So potentially.
I mean, isn't it kind of weird when you put cheese on a burger?
Potentially. We're working on that, Jeff.
Milk comes from the hamburger. So
Anyway, we have a huge lineup of events in May, so please be sure to check out our website for all the singles events. And if you're not single, or if you don't care if the room is single or not, please come check out Midtown Social for all the great events that they're having as well.
I mean,
Are they all the events on your website?
Yeah.
Okay, so go see
midtownsocial.net.
or .net, sorry.
Free the people.
All right, everybody. Thank
Free
you so much.
Willie.
Peace out. Until next time.